Well, good afternoon and welcome back to the final block of the first day of the Paris Grand Slam here. And beside me is Dennis van der Gies, and he's just getting a selfie taken here, just to prove he was here and he's raring to go. And we're going to be covering one of the bronze medal matches in the under 48 kilo category. And this is against Laura Martinez Abelenda, and world ranked number 12, and she'll be up against world ranked number 6. And you have Melina Clement of France. Now obviously we know that France will be backing this young lady all the way, and rightly so. She's had a wonderful performance here, but so is her Spanish opponent as well. So we're in for a real treat here at this last hurdle for both these athletes to take a medal and a place on the podium. Well, if you've just joined us, you've missed out on some amazing judo throughout this first day. Outstanding Niwaza, which we've all been pleasantly surprised. But we've covered 683 athletes have participated today, will be participating over the weekend, representing 115 countries. So that's an amazing turnout, most probably one of the strongest Grand Slams that we've seen for quite a long time. And I think it's most probably the strongest Grand Slam that Paris has had.
Well, I hope Clément is recovered from her semi-final. She lost against Koga, and I think she made a mistake there.
Well, Clement really normally does very well against the Japanese, and she has good judo, and as we can see, she's got a great range and reach with those long arms and long limbs that really makes it very, very difficult for one of her smaller opponents.
Well, she is also one of the few competitors who won against Bilodet.
That's correct, yeah.
And so I think all the people, oh, but this is a really nice ippon.
Well, her actions there just says it all, doesn't it?
And a bronze medal for France, that's okay. I think, of course, she wanted to stay or to be in the final against Bilodet, but it's always good to win a bronze medal, because then the final match, at least you win.
It's victory, isn't it?
Yeah. And I think the Japanese are really happy that Koga is in the final against Bilodet, so they can see what she can do against the Ukrainian world champion.
Yes, I definitely think so too. I think this is a way to get some homework done, isn't it? Because we all know, and we're all talking about, will Bilodet take the hat trick and take the Olympic gold medal? Well, she's on target for that. We do know that. She has double world champion. She's very, very young. But will those young shoulders be able to cope with Olympic success? And
well,
you know that. It's such a difficult event, isn't it?
It is. And I saw now Bilodet, I think she's really, really popular, not only in the judo, but also in her own country. You can see, if you see her on Instagram, she has a lot of followers. So there will be a lot of other stuff coming on her path. Yes. And I saw her in the semi-final against Buckley, and she really had a hard time to win this semi-final. She wasn't as fit as I normally see her, and well, maybe for her as a world champion, it's also not so strange that she's not in top form in February. I think the most important thing for her, she's ranked so very good, and that she's in top form at the Olympics.
And that's the most important thing, is that it isn't about performing right now. It's getting the wins under her belt. It's keeping her positioning in a place that when it comes to the draw for the Olympic Games, she's in that number 1 spot that will give her the best optimum chance of taking that gold medal. But like you say, there's a lot been happening for this young lady. And we just never know what's going to happen when it comes to the Olympic Games. We've seen it so many times. That number 1 person that we think is unbeatable gets to the Olympic Games, and with the hype of a multi-sport environment, fall at that last hurdle. And we have seen that happen so many times.
But we will see in a few moments if she's capable of beating another Japanese girl, Koga. most of the Japanese, well, yeah, I think every time she beaten them. But
Yes.
this is the new rising star for Japan. So have fun with the final.
Right. So now we come to the men's bronze medal contest in the under 60s. This is between Kim and Smetov, Kim of Korea, Smetov of Kazakhstan. And this is going to be a very interesting bronze medal match. Both these athletes have had a great performance throughout the day, very strong rounds, and sadly was knocked down at the last hurdle to get a place in that final. But they're here battling away for one medal, and which one of them is going to be on that podium with that medal around their neck, and also the most important thing, valuable qualification points for the Olympic Games.
Well, and for Smetov also really important, because in the repechage it was Kim who won against the other Kazakhstani, Kyrgyzbayev. Smetov and Kyrgyzbayev both in the top 10. So it was Kim who already won against one of the Kazakhstan fighters. So I think for Smetov, if he wins this, he will not only win a bronze medal, but also beats an opponent that that beat one of his colleagues, or yeah, how do you say it? Maybe not a colleague, but like somebody who's in the same road to the Olympics.
Yeah.
This could be very
on the same pathway, aren't they?
Yeah.
But only one
Yep.
will get through, and
Yep.
so obviously it's a great opportunity for him now, because taking a medal would that seal his positioning. Well, we've still got a few months remaining, and as we know, things can just turn around so quickly. But for today, and one of the toughest events in a long time, and it's going to be a hard one to follow, I think. Okay.
Oh!
Oh, what a...
Yeah, he gives, or she gives Ippon.
He put his...
I think it's debatable, or not because it was such hard. You know, you want to see this as Ippon, and
the height
they're
was
not
there.
going to change it.
Yeah, I think what it was the elbow hit first, which doesn't mean if the elbow stops the back from going on, it's still classed as Ippon. So.
And I think that's the right decision, because if you make a throw like this, maybe it's not completely both shoulders on the ground in 1 second, but a great Uranage by Smetov.
Well, he was defeated by Abeladze of Russia in that quarterfinal stage, and so it was. It's a little bit of sort of a comeback. It's always a difficult one when you lose so close to getting.
Oh. But you see how he lands.
Yes.
He lands on one shoulder, so.
Yeah.
For judo purists, you will say this is Ippon for sure.
Yeah.
But if you see it from the other angle,
yeah, it was all on one side,
but still, it was a great technique.
I think he was all on one side because his own body was in the way to stop him from going on his back. He actually had that arm underneath as he was lifting and bringing him down. The only thing that stopped him being flat on his back was his own limb.
Yeah.
So
Kim just went for a left makikomi, but Smetov already was waiting for it.
that was definitely a nice finish.
see what's happening here.
Well, here we have the bronze medal contest for the under 52 kilo category, and this is up against Japan's Shishime Ai in the white and Astrid Neto of France in the blue. Well, we all know what this crowd is going to support, and that is obviously Astrid Neto, and we wouldn't blame them at all. One thing here in this stadium, what a support where these athletes are getting. Very serious look there from Astrid, who is determined to get on that podium here today in front of this home crowd. But it is a tall order as she has Shishime Ai of Japan in front of her, waiting to stop that progress happen.
Yes, and this is not the first time they fight each other, and not in the favorite for Neto.
No, it's going to be, but the percentages are here for her that she's on home soil.
Yep.
And Shishime has been defeated already today. How is her mind thought at this moment? She's obviously disappointed because I would have expected her to be in the final here today. And she's already fell on that one hurdle already. And it is about how they can pick themselves up, brush themselves on, and get on there.
Yes.
Nice Ochigari, a good start and a good build of confidence there for France. Well, a temporary stop there just to check that she's okay. Got a little bit of a knock to the face, but their aggressive approach there from Neto. She throws that arm over the top, cups the head, draws the head down as she works on the edge of the contest area, leaving herself very little for maneuvering other than going forward or back. And she attempts the Ochuchimata, those long legs coming in very handy. But she did block herself in the corner there, didn't she?
She gets the Judo, and in my opinion, it's the right decision because, okay, you can control the other one with the kumikata, but only pushing someone down without any effect. If we want to see judo and not wrestling, because I see a lot of times that the one who is pulling the other one close to him, it's more like the wrestling style. The other one stays straight and keeps his hands in between. That's more like the traditional judo approach in the kumikata.
It's a very defensive action, isn't it? It's not really to throw it. The purpose of throwing that arm over the top had no purpose in throwing.
If we don't want to see this, then we have to penalize it.
Yeah. I think if you get the high collar grip, which she had, and it was very controlling, she needs to use it.
Make an action.
Yeah, she has to use it.
Not just stand there and just do nothing. But there are still chances for her in this fight. I've seen her done, do you see it less against Shishime. Still now not with the high grip over the back, but just a little bit more normal grip. She still looks very dominant.
Well, she's picking up her second Shido, so the crowd obviously not happy about that, but she's playing into the hand now of Shishimai.
And now she has to make an attack.
She has to use it. She's backed herself on the edge of the contest area with very little room for manoeuvring for the next action. And all she can do is hang on.
And she just walks out of the tatami.
Well, she's going to get... Oh, she's lucky.
Yeah, well, it was in some sort of motion, and I think the two Shidos for both players, it was given a little bit too fast. Just let it continue. Let's see what happens.
Yes. I think sometimes in the opening seconds there needs to be a settling process.
Yeah.
But she needs to put an attack in, and she's hanging on. Those legs have got to work from the Uchimata's there, and that's a little bit better. She's using it.
That's more than enough. Well, that's something as a judo player, and you're not from France, you're used to this. That the crowd will boo when it's not in their advantage.
Well, just seconds remaining before we go into golden score. And there you have it, golden score once more. She's got a very high collar grip, but very definitely focused on the action at hand. Didn't hear the mate. And the second Shido goes to Japan. So this evens it all up and makes it an even playing field here. Either one of them make a mistake.
How can you get Shido like in the last second? Like if this was decisive for the competition, like for the fight, he would not give the Shido.
No, it's true. Well, a little bit less erratic here in this golden score. It's calmed down quite considerably, but Neto again playing dangerously on the edge of the contest area. And the Uchimata! Oh, yes! What a superb finish.
Superb Uchimata. Yeah.
Well, that's what you want to see.
I just wanted to say, like, but Shishime also has to do something, eh?
Yeah.
Because Kneto was really strong in the kumikata, but not like really good judo in it. But on the other hand, I didn't see the Japanese girl doing something.
No.
But now you saw when she like had her grip. If this Japanese girl has her grip, she doesn't need like 3, 4, 5 seconds. She's capable in making a big throw in like in a second when she has the good grip. And now she had the left hand straight forward. And
there was two different approaches to this contest, wasn't there? There was an aggressive approach from Neto, the hard gripping, the drawing ahead, the real roughing up. And then you had Shishime that technically was just playing a bit of a waiting game.
Look, the left hand, like now, and there
on the lapel, yeah, traditional grip. Set it up very nicely on the edge of the contest area with Neto with very little room to go anywhere.
On one side also maybe, yeah? Great with the lifting elbow, just not to Uchimata with the elbow down and but the elbow completely up. And I think Kneto really thought of a plan of winning against Shishime because she lost a few times.
Yes.
And I think this was a plan that can work if she puts a little bit more effort in her judo, because she was really dominating with the grips.
I think with Neto, her problem is where she was playing that judo. She was always backing herself up. There was nowhere for her to go.
Too much on the side.
She could only go forward or she could go back. And when she went forward, she got caught with the Uchimata. And she left herself in a very vulnerable position. Would that have happened within the center of the contest area where she could maneuver herself a little bit better? No. Possibly not. But with that positioning, she had nowhere to go.
I think if she looks back on for this bronze medal, of course, she's not happy. But I think she can be happy about the way she was fighting, because she had a few chances to to win this fight. But if she doesn't make the fight as hard as she did, this is what will happen earlier in the fight. Because if you give Shizame the chance of launching the Tsuchimata, then it's really hard. She has to fight hard with the right hand. She has to fight hard for the grip. Here she tries again. And you saw she was, every time she was with the right hand, she was on the how do you say, the collar.
Yeah.
One time like on the back.
And when she did get caught, she threw that arm over the top.
Yeah.
She gripped, but then she also let it go.
And there she could
to try and change it again.
turn.
And on that change, that's when the
Shizame,
connection was made.
Because Shizame could make the rotation.
Yeah, she could get that
really,
hip in.
really well performed.
Yeah, nice technique. So here we have the next bronze medal match, and this is the under 66 for men. And here we have Bogdan of Ukraine, 26th in the world ranking, and will he follow in the footsteps of one of his teammates, Biladid, and take a medal and be on that podium here today? But he's up against another Ukraine, which is obviously a medal anyway for Ukraine, but which one will it be? Zantaraya or
Yadov.
Radov? Well, who's your money on this time?
Santaraya, of course.
Yes. I think he's performed extremely well, and his knee waza has been phenomenal, hasn't it? We've been delighted with some of the performances that he's given us here today. Yadov there, just coming onto the mat. Zantaraya following in straight away there, both showing a hand of friendship before getting stuck right in there.
Yeah, a difficult fight, of course. The chance is really good that these two players know each other very, very well. Yadov was a lot younger than Santaraya. A real good year in 2019 with a second place at the Grand Prix in Tel Aviv and a third place at the Baku Grand Slam. Of course, if you compare that with the medals Santaraya won in his life,
Well,
I think he bought 2 or 3 extra closets for it to put everything in.
To put all those medals in, yeah, definitely. Well, we were looking back on his career, and he is a very consistent athlete for raises for about 10 years, isn't it?
Yep.
That he's been on that podium more times than not. And here again, he battles away for another place on the podium with a younger version, most probably, than himself. His protege is someone that will take over when he decides to hang up that competitive gi. But I don't think it'll be too early. I think he's got plenty of life in him left, and a bid for those Olympic Games is really set in this forefront of his mind.
Well, yeah, Santaraya is a former world champion, silver medalist, 4 times bronze medalist at the World Championships, and no medal at the Olympics.
No.
Won the Masters. Oh, also not a gold medal at the Grand Slam, but like a lot of medals everywhere.
Ooh, there was a Kosota there. He almost fooled him on that, but great reaction.
Oh. And just the change, and here it goes. Yeah.
Don't you just love it?
Well, if they give a Wazari for this one, then I thought the other one was also Wazari, the one we saw before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, to me, that looked very much an Ippon.
This is a better angle, of course. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's a Wazari.
It's a Wazari. But we've seen an Ippon being called for less.
That's true, that's true. But if Santaraya is so close to Yadov, then you can see that he has just a lot more strength in his hip. He started with a left Osoto, then to a right Haragoshi, and he just kept on going, and he will do it again.
Kosota.
Oh! Well, I want to see that again. If he turned out just enough, maybe it was really close to Wazari.
Yes, yes.
Look at this.
Look. Oh, he put his hand down.
He put his arm out.
Yeah.
So that was his escape.
Yeah, well, he was very lucky he didn't break that arm, because Many a time we've seen that happen. An attempt of a Sutemi Waza, I think more of a ploy to get him into the Niwaza, but oh, that was so close.
Yeah, you know,
it?
maybe Santaraya thinks a little bit too easy about it. Thinks, okay, Wazari, and absolutely there's uh, no moment of danger for him in the whole contest, and then out of a sudden Yadov came with this attack.
Yadov is looking good out there, I can say. He's really threatening, isn't he? He's brought an element of excitement to the air of this
He
arena.
said like, okay, you can be the master, and
but it means nothing until that bell
you
goes.
know, when Santaraya was world champion, Yadov was still a little kid.
Oh. I think he's playing very dangerously there. He's so loose and open, isn't it?
Here, and he gets one more chance, maybe. What a strange way of doing judo. Yeah. I think if you have a Wazari on the board, why did you let him come so close in the last 10 seconds?
It's scary, wasn't it? Absolutely scary.
Well, at least he gave him a real hard time.
Well, he's going to be licking those wounds. That was so surprising, his actions. He was a Wazari up, no Shidos on the board, and he still was open, engaged.
Bear hawking his opponent like, oh, I don't care.
Especially when he'd been so close and been launched a couple of times.
He was warned already, Just still Yadov went for it, but...
Yadov did extremely well in my book, so I thought that was a great match for that young man against, obviously, a more stronger teammate, but who's now going to be licking his wounds all the way home. Yep. He's going to have that little bit of a reminder, isn't he?
Let's see it again. I love the combination of Santaraya with this left Osoto and then this right, and then the hook on the other side. Look at the grip, 2 hands on the belt.
From that angle, it definitely looked like Ippon, didn't it? But as we saw from the other side, the Wazari was there. But, super.
This was really good. So we thought like, okay, no problem at all for Santaraya. But
then there was some scary moments, wasn't there?
Here you saw first the left Osotogari, then the right hip throw, and then back to the Kosotogage. Yeah. Absolutely giving his opponent none time to, how do you say it, to get back into the right position.
Yeah, just to compose himself. He was no sooner escaping from one that he found himself in another predicament, and he was trying to constantly rescue himself with very little time to do so. It would have been nice to see the scary moments as well, because there was a couple of scary moments there for Santaraya.
It was a good bronze. You know, it's not always if 2 fighters from the same country fight each other. It's not always the nicest fights because they know each other very well, but they just went for it together. And we were waiting for the other bronze medal contest to finish, and then afterwards the final for men on the 66 kilo, and we will see you, or you will hear us again for the next bronze medal contest. So we have to wait which bronze medal contest we will have, because one of the bronze medal contests will not be a fight actually, because
That's right, because
yeah,
Montero was
Montero
disqualified,
was
wasn't
disqualified. So that's a real short bronze medal contest.
So it might mean that Tamaoki will just go through taking the bronze medal by default, really.
And it's Tamaoki who, well, they never sent her to World Championships. She was the World Champion Juniors in 2014. Afterwards, like every single competition they bring her, she wins medal. Like the Masters, a second, Osaka Grand Slam, a gold medal, Zagreb Grand Prix second. It continues until beginning of 2016. Every time she medals, and every time for World Championships they choose for somebody else. And well, she collects another bronze medal here without even fighting for it, because Montero was disqualified before with the arm lock situation, what we see sometimes, and then you're disqualified for the rest of the tournament. So the people who are still listening now, go and watch the other bronze medal contest.
Yes.
And we will see you later on.
So now we have the under 73 kilo bronze medal, and that's Ebenuma in the white from Japan, and Tsanocha of Mongolia in the blue. Now we watched Ebenuma's performance throughout the day. A great athlete in his own right, multiple world champion, but was defeated by Chioglu in the earlier rounds, and now battled his way back in the repechage to find himself now no closer to that podium. Up against a very tough opponent from Mongolia, who also has his sights set on taking a place on the podium.
Well, the other bronze medal contest already finished after a few seconds. So Ebenuma lost against the Turkish fighter, but the Turkish fighter did not manage to win a medal.
Well, that was a quick win, wasn't it?
That
After
was a really quick
Chioglu
one.
having such a great performance throughout
Great
the
performance.
day.
Semi-final lost against Hashimoto, but before
He beat
had
Ebenuma, who's just here now battling away for a bronze medal.
yeah, and in a really good fight. You can see Ebenuma has difficulties with left-handed fighters, but especially left-handed fighters who trying to get a grip on his back. It looks like, of course, he's a multiple world champion, but 66 kilo. He really has to enjoy judo, that he's still fighting now in the 73 kilos with Ono and Hashimoto also in the same category. But sometimes I think he lacks a little bit of power in his right hand.
Well, it's definitely very big boots to fill with Ono in this weight category as well. It's some depth that the Japanese do have in this weight category. And you can list off the multiple world champions that they've produced over the years.
This was also, I think, not so strong attack. The shoulder throws we saw before also, it's lacking a bit of power. Not the power I've seen in the recent years. Of course, his opponent, his Mongolian opponent, Senzo Cheer, is not an easy opponent.
No, he's got good gripping, controlling skills there, hasn't he? Looks very powerful indeed, and Ebenuma's not getting that opportunity to get past that first stage of engagement. Trying desperately to get that lapel grip, Ebenuma, but he's not getting that.
It's not so desperately.
Yeah.
You know what? If I look at him, he's not like really fighting his utmost for it.
He looks frustrated. in most ways.
Yep.
He's not getting to play the game he wants to play. It's like the dummy's been spat out, and
No, and that's what
you're
we
not
saw
playing.
against the
Chelsea-
Turkish cake here.
yes.
This was a better attempt.
Oops. He picks him up as if he was a handbag there.
Yeah. 73 kilo handbag. Yeah. Well, a few times in my life I had to carry a handbag of women. And it was
quite
about
heavy, aren't they?
73 kilos. Yeah.
Yes. Everything but the kitchen sink in there. So we've got 14 seconds before we enter into golden score. 2 Shidos to 1 at this moment. Ebenuma looking, he's walking on a very fine line here to being disqualified. He needs to compose himself, and I think he really has to step it up another gear or so. At the moment, he's coasted his way through. He's not been able to play the game he's wanted, so now he's got to try and fight for it. At the moment, it's like, you're not letting me play, and it's been pitter-patter. He's got to fight for what he wants, and if that bronze medal's important, we'll see a different side of him in this golden score.
Yeah, but I saw him against Siloglu, and Siloglu had one tactic, just trying to get to the back of Ebenuma, and every time broke his grip, and it went on and it went on and it went on, and he didn't change something in his own tactic. Only in the end you saw a little bit more effort in it. It looks a little bit flat.
Oh, very, very flat. And there he goes over for that Cianagi who was riding that. Bounced back up onto his feet, but...
If Sento Cheer now just can manage to get his grip. Here he has it again. Well, okay, now he fights out. Okay, he understands that he has to do a little bit extra now.
Yeah, gets his sleeves caught up there, though, as you can see.
Yeah, but then
But
he
he's
will...
trying to do that Sodi, isn't it? But the frustration. There's the body language now, riding up to the referee as if to say, look, I cannot get the grip I'm looking for.
I thought she wanted to say Mate for a different reason, but then Sento Cheer made like a really weak attack. So now Ebenuma is back, but it's still the same story. Yeah, we could not see it if it was Wazari, but I saw the coach, he was cheering already.
Yeah, but
we have to see it from a different angle,
yes,
but
yeah.
I don't see Ebenuma is like complaining about it, or it's already standing on his position.
I thought there was too much of a pause in between, not being continuous, but...
Yeah, you thought so?
Yeah, just maybe, I think the score was a Wazari, but I think there was a pause too long for it to possibly count.
The drive kept on going, but...
I just thought there was too much of a pause on it for it to count.
So another chance. Maybe he gets a little bit of energy out of this second life he gets in this fight.
I don't think he's got one more chance. That's it. I don't think he'll be a cat with 9 lives. He'll get one more. That's it. He's had that chance, and he's really now got to realize he's had a...
There it is. Oh,
the Osota.
And again.
Kuruma.
Unbelievable the way Sento Cheer defended from this attack. But this was everything.
Sento Cheer did really well, didn't he, there? How he managed to escape from those 2 very, very strong attacks.
Lengthened his neck for 3 centimeters.
Uchimata, again, he gets that height, the flexibility of the Mongolian. Manages just to step off.
His coach said something, come on, man.
Tomanagi.
Come and get this bronze medal. Because he now went for it like for 20, 30 seconds.
Some very strong attacks there. And I think if Ebenuma gets another couple in, that's it all done with. I think the 3rd and final Shido will be awarded. There's one more attack, and the Sianagi drive. I think it could be looking for the other Shido now. What we've witnessed is there's a Koichi drive. Really, well, they've let it go as well.
One-sided.
Sianagi, again, another strong attack.
The Mongolian is finished because what he
I think we're looking at a Shido now.
yeah, what he could bring the first 4 or 5 minutes, every time controlling the grip.
Hey, crikey. Well, if there's someone with 9 lives, it's definitely the Mongolian, I think, now.
But let's see. Well, one thing's for sure. If you ask me about this bronze medal contest next year, I've forgotten it.
Yeah.
Well, this is another false attack.
No,
so
he just got caught halfway through, didn't he?
Yep, and here it is.
Oh, I wasn't surprised. I really didn't think that that was a false attack.
No, it was
You
absolutely.
really?
Yeah, he just jumped on his knees with absolutely no intention to score. If you see it again,
I don't know about that. I really don't. I thought as he entered, he literally bumped into him. He lost the movement and just the momentum of turning through.
He almost stepped out of the mat, so that was a Shido. So he had to do something. Let's see if we will see the replay.
Yeah, it'll be interesting
like
to see that.
One of the interesting things of this bronze medal, because the rest wasn't that good to watch. I think this was also Wazari, but okay, you know, it's the opinion of me and the opinion of a referee. It's also really difficult to see, because he's still standing here like. So I don't think they give the Wazari for that it took too long. I think
it was the elbow.
He's
I think
done,
it was the
he
elbow
had his
went
elbow
out.
out.
When you see it at a different angle, the
see
elbow was there. See the elbow. The first initial landing, the elbow, then it was the continuation.
But we both agree that this was the best attack in the whole fight. So
definitely,
for me, the right winner.
Yeah.
And Paris is ready for the final. Men under 73 kilograms. We see you afterwards in the bronze medal contest for women under 63 kilos. So the final category for today is the women under 63
Under 63s,
kilograms.
yes.
And everybody is sitting here and waiting for the final, of course, with Agbegnonu.
I know this will be maybe the icing on the cake for the French here today. But before that, we've got a very good match coming up that we're going to be covering. That's Bitumen Pinard of Canada and Tina Teršinjak of Slovenia. And as you can see here on the world ranking list, Tina Teršinjak 11th to her opponent, is on number 2 to her opponent, Catherine Bitumen Pinard, number 11 on the world ranking.
Yeah,
The Canadians are very strong at the moment, haven't they? They've really come to form. And they seem to have a good program, especially for the women. But even the men are starting to be real true contenders on this world tour. So it'd be interesting to see how they compete at the Olympic Games, because their build-up has been very solid, along with the lines of like the Israeli team as well. They've had some great performances.
Yeah, and it helps if you have like one person in your team now as a world champion, and you see that there will be judo players around her that think like, okay, so it is possible.
She can do it, yeah. Well, they always say success breeds success, and I think that will be the case with the Canadian team. Whatever they're doing, they know that they're doing it well, and they're getting the results for it, and then everyone will be inspired to follow suit. Well, Bitumen Pinard has just seen her teammate on that podium with the gold medal wrapped around her neck. She'll be also wanting to be on that podium with a bronze medal. But she's got a tough opposition, the Olympic champion, Tina Teršinjak.
Somebody in between that knows, who knows how to win a medal.
With consistent performances on the World Tour, she's always there on the podium or around it. She's never far away.
Yeah, Teršinjak, of course, the reigning Olympic champion, but
she's had a few battles along the way over these years, hasn't she? She was one of the first Olympians, the Olympic champions, that actually came back on the World Tour very quickly. Some of them took a few years out before they actually gave their presence to grace their presence on the tatami on the World Tour. But she was one of the first that got straight back in her bid for the next Olympic Games.
I think lost a little bit connection to Agbegnonu, where I think it's really difficult for her to beat the French girl.
Yeah, well, it's one of these, she's trying to hold on to what she's got. Agbegnonu wants it, and she wants it. She's hungry for it. She hasn't had that taste of an Olympic success, and she wants it badly. And you can see that hunger as she comes in every event that we see Agbegnonu. She's getting stronger and harder and more determined. Technically very, very powerful. Some great skills. It'll be definitely a hard one to beat. In all honesty, I think for Tina Teršinjak, if she can get back on that Olympic podium, she's done extremely well. Uchigari there from Bitumen Pinard. Tried to change it through for a forward attack as well. They've gone just past the halfway mark. Uchimata. But again, the leg was in, the body was in position. She had no upper body control, no hands on. But her knee was strong here, and she's very comfortable in the ground. But she's on the receiving end at this moment against Benjamin Pinard, who comes under, trying to get that roll deep under the court. Strong defenses from Tina.
Yeah, with the with the left leg. So it was impossible for Benjamin Pinard to roll her over.
We're both picking up a Shido now. Always dangerous when you start accumulating these Shidos.
Well, it's very clear what Trstenjak is doing. She's trying to prevent Benjamin Pinard to get the right hand on the back. Every time she picks it up.
Oh, Uchigari.
Second time close to a score now to Trstenjak.
Yeah, she throws that arm over there and captures that shoulder and switches the direction.
But in the Kumikata, the only thing she does with the left hand, here we see it again. But the elbow was out, so no score.
Cianagi just on the edge of the contest area. What was surprising about that Uchigari, before she initiated the technique, she had a good strong kumikata. She had a good strong grip. When she switched direction for the Uchigari, she let go. She had no grip.
And again, the right hand from Benjamin Pinard is controlled by Trstenjak.
Benjamin Pinard has given her a little bit more room now, and Trstenjak is taking.
Yeah, she has to think of something else because this right hand, well, no, again.
Takes the sleeve, then switches for the Cianagi.
You see what Trstenjak is doing. Like
yes,
every time she controls the right arm of the Benjamin Pinard and then ducks under with a shoulder throw.
Yeah.
And she just thinks, I don't care if it's a golden score, if it takes 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes. Every time I do this, eventually Benjamin Pinard will get a third penalty. So, oh, really close.
So close. Straight off the attack. First hands on and straight through. She's also, when she takes hold of Benjamin Pinard's sleeve, it's a little bit of a frustration. She holds it, then she allows it to go to get the reaction of throwing the arm over the top, and while she does that, she drops under with the Cianagi to the opposite side.
Yeah, the attempts are just good enough. Not good enough for a score, but good enough to, well, give the referee the intention of throwing.
Oh,
yeah.
Good change of direction. But you had the sense that Trstenjak could read that one very clearly. She spread herself very wide there not to get countered. We're in the first minute of golden score. 2 Shidos to 1. No scorers yet.
Now she has a little bit of a better kumikata, Benjamin Pinard, with both hands on the lapel. That could give her a little bit more chance of throwing herself, because the right hand will never be on the back of Trstenjak.
And Trstenjak's teammate, Leski, she's on the other contest mat, fighting for the other bronze medal.
Just lost against the Japanese girl.
Fisherman Pinard trying to get some life in those arms. She bounces there, trying to get second wind in this golden score as it comes up to 2 minutes. So 6 minutes in total they've been battling away. Still no closer to scoring. Cianagi attempt there. But as you could see, the upper body was entered, but the rear end was still not in a good position to get the benefits of that.
Well, the coach of Beauchemin Pinard says, come on, just put this right hand on the lapel. Forget the back of Trosteniak. That's impossible. Here, yeah, grab with the right hand, and then you have maybe a chance, because she just needs too much time. Every time when she thinks like, yeah, I have a good grip, then Trosteniak jumps underneath with the shoulder throw. And again,
same old, it's like deja vu, isn't it? We're seeing it over and over. It's becoming a little bit more predictable.
it's so-called Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day.
Yeah. And Trosteniak will repeat this over and over and over again until this third Judo will be on the board for the Canadian girl.
Somewhere along the line,
Makes it
just
a boring match, to be honest.
Well, what you're hoping for is that Fisherman Pinard just is gutsy enough to say, well, do you know what? It's all or nothing. I'm not in the driving seat in this. I'm always tipped second best on the approach. If she just stepped it up a gear and just went for it, there's a chance that it could happen.
Yeah.
But
well,
too late
we
now.
saw this coming like already 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. Well, that was the last of the matches. I think we've covered all of the weight categories.
Bronze medal for the reigning Olympic champion. Let's not forget about this. She did it like technically in a very good way.
Yeah, it was a very tactical match, and it paid off for her, that perseverance of the same technique, repetition after repetition. And
yeah, but
Pinard really didn't have any.
But it's exactly what you said. Try to do something like an all or nothing thing. Try to change something. But she was not capable of doing that. And all those Seoinage attacks were just good enough.
Just good enough to get the move.
Enough, yeah.
She was riding every time over them, and it was enough to secure that bronze medal. So Tina Teršinjak from Slovenia takes the bronze medal.
Yes, and ladies and gentlemen, well, have fun watching the final for women under 63 kilograms, the last fight of today. Yeah, we will be here tomorrow.
Yes.
Thanks for watching.
8:30 tomorrow morning, which back in the UK,
sharp as a knife.
And we'll be ready for it.
Okay.
So, goodbye.
Bye-bye.